fighting with Drew, fighting with Angela, and I was wrong. And coming into this, I want to get to know these girls. But then I felt like there was an alliance formed.
Shamea's issues with the group became a major focus during the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 17 reunion, and she finally had the opportunity to explain why so many relationships around her had become complicated. What stood out immediately was how many different conflicts Shamea had to address. This was not just one disagreement with one person. Throughout the season, Shamea had found herself dealing with tension involving several women, and the reunion brought those issues back to the surface. Shamea tried to explain her perspective and take accountability for the situations where she believed she had played a role.
Shamea, did you expect to be at the center of a lot of conflict this year?
In the beginning, no. I owned my last year. I was fighting with Drew, fighting with Angela, and I was wrong. And coming into this, I want to get to know these girls. But then I felt like there was an alliance formed. And I felt like they became the lapdog that they called me.
Who is they?
They were all fighting other people's battles.
Pinky and K. Michelle, you were vocal about the change in Shamea. How did it feel to see the change happen in real time?
The Shamea that I know prior to me being in the girl group is bubbly. She got a big personality. Everybody wants to be around her. She's the life of the party. Like, you get around her, and if you're having a bad day, your bad day turns into a good day.
Aww.
And I mean that. Seeing her navigate through all of these arguments, I'm like, this ain't you. Like, snap out of it. What is going on? So I pray that after this, whatever that cloud was, like, evaporates.
Well, you're looking at the cloud.
So, which is why we're here.
Okay, so
We're the cloud?
so everybody over here is the cloud?
And that's the unfortunate thing. I started feeling like, damn, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. If I speak up about it, I'm wrong. If I don't speak up about it, I'm a pushover, I'm a lapdog, and I'm sweeping it under the rug.
Marsha from Glendale said, Shamea, you have beef with everyone on the cast. What responsibility do you take for this situation?
I've owned it. I mean, I do own it. With the, you okay, Drew?
I'm listening.
Okay,
What-
yeah. You was like, I'm going to tell
I'm
you.
actually listening
Okay.
to you.
Thank you. With the situation with Drew last year, I asked the question about you and Dennis. And it was initially said that I said, are you effing Dennis? That's not how I said it. But there was no accountability, right? That was the first thing. That's how we kind of got off that.
That's where it started.
And we can talk about last year.
Yeah.
It's up for everybody.
That's how it started, right?
That's where I was
And no one put me up to that. That was my question. I was defending somebody, right?
Exactly.
I'm
So
telling
that
you.
was but for me that felt like
I already said that.
a 2 versus 1 that I didn't deserve yet again.
Right. So I apologize, right? Even on my YouTube apology, I'm sorry. At Kelly's event, I'm sorry.
Okay, you apologized, right? And then the same outfit, the same look,
coulda went worse.
You shaded me and you said, I could have went worse. I went nice, but I could go harder for you. That sounds like a threat.
I don't mean to hurt your feelings. If I ever lend an apology, it's authentic. It's coming from a real space.
Just apologize and then let's move forward.
Oh my God.
You shouldn't
Okay, but now I'm
apologize
done
and say,
apologizing.
but you can get this smoke. I apologize, but.
No one has yet to apologize to me, but I've moved on. Down to Angela. I thought we finished it last year.
No, you didn't, because you then said I set my husband up in the off season. You started
I said your
this
receipts
season.
didn't land, and
No,
they
you
didn't.
said-
Me and Phaedra ain't even tight like that, but they didn't
But
land.
I see you in a picture with the man, Shamea.
I take pictures with everybody.
But him?
I work for the Hogs.
Of all participants.
I don't even know which guy it is. Can you
But
show
I
it to me?
showed
I
him
don't
to you
even
at
know.
your house. This is him with you. Shamea, you don't know this man, so he just know everybody.
Cheers if your name is Angela and your husband's cheating on you.
I let that go. I let go of the
This is my
fact
first
that
time hearing
I
this,
let-
FYI, Andy. I've never heard Andy say anything about
I
June
showed
bugs.
you the
Okay.
picture at your house, Shamea.
Okay, I don't know. I'm confused.
Okay, all right, go on. We have a question from Angela Oakley from Atlanta, Georgia. Shamea, looking back at the season, what was the biggest lie you told on camera that you thought nobody would catch?
Well, they aren't as big as the ones that you told.
What lie have I told?
Girl, Falcons, Hawks, I'm still waiting you to give me those names.
But you shut me up.
George. No, I didn't. And
What does
I
the
said it.
cease and desist mean? You put $100,000 amount on there.
Girl, speak up. Answer, if you have those receipts, speak up.
Means shut up.
Am I correct?
No,
Phaedra?
cease and
When you're
desist means
supposed to
shut up.
speak, aren't-
Okay, so a cease and desist legally means you want someone to stop doing something.
unless In this paperwork, it says.
I didn't read your name.
It does say it. I'll show it to you.
So you're saying, so if she doesn't come up with the name, what? You're gonna sue her?
If you can't produce the name, then shut up.
But you never gave me the chance. You shushed me.
Girl, please.
Okay, Drew, why did you pretend Terry surprised you with a horse at Shamea's Halloween party?
Pretend? Because he was
Why are
Jay-Z.
you saying pretend?
I don't know that man. I do not know that man.
Who invited him to Shamea's?
Exactly.
Walter did.
Walter, Kenya's ex?
No, her hair guy.
Your hair guy.
Walter.
Okay, let me ask you this. Did Drew ever pay you back the $2,200?
No. And let me tell you the problem with it, right? There was no effort. There was no I'm sorry. There was no nothing.
I apologize. I will definitely apologize. I share in the frustration of the horse, okay? I didn't even know what to do, okay? I was very mortified, embarrassed, taken aback, flabbergasted,
And I didn't want to embarrass you, but it's like you didn't even own it.
We can agree. This is probably the one thing we can agree on.
You know what? The apology is enough for me. I know what you're going through.
Good.
I know what your life is like right now. I don't want your money. I wanted your apology.
Okay, good.
Your own.
She apologized for things she felt she could have handled differently. But at the same time, she continued explaining why certain situations bothered her in the first place. That became important because Shamea was not simply trying to deny everything. She was attempting to explain how she reached the point where she felt uncomfortable with the group. Her relationship with Porsha was obviously a major part of the discussion. Their friendship had already fallen apart, and the tension between them continued into the reunion. Shamea had previously explained that she had overlooked certain things during their friendship, but eventually those issues became too difficult for her to ignore. Now, with the entire group involved, Shamea was trying to explain how those problems affected her relationships with the other women. One of the biggest things about this reunion segment is that Shamea appeared determined to explain herself, instead of simply accepting the idea that everything was her fault. She addressed the conflicts individually and continued giving context for why she reacted the way she did. But the more Shamea explained, the more intense the conversation became. The reunion also showed how difficult it can be for someone to defend themselves when multiple issues have piled up at the same time. Shamea had to deal with questions about her actions, her relationships, and the things she had said throughout the season. At certain points, the conversation became less about one specific incident and more about the overall breakdown between Shamea and the group. And that is what makes this reunion moment so interesting. Shamea was clearly trying to make the group understand that her actions did not happen in isolation. There was history behind many of her reactions, and she wanted that history acknowledged. At the same time, she had to accept responsibility for her own part in the conflicts. The result was a reunion segment filled with tension, explanations, and unresolved feelings. For Shamea, this was an opportunity to finally put her side of the story on the table. Instead of allowing the season's arguments to speak for themselves, she explained how she viewed the problems that developed between her and the group. But whether those explanations were enough to repair any of the damaged relationships is another question. By the end of the conversation, it was clear that Shamea still had plenty to say about what happened during the season. The Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 17 reunion showed that Shamea's problems with the group were much bigger than one argument. There were multiple conflicts, damaged relationships, and plenty of unresolved tension still hanging over the group.